Running Scared. This one was a lot of work. I avoided doing it because I wasn't sure I could. And I've spent a fair bit of time trying to figure this out. And I think I have it. So you'll have to tell me if I got this right. Usually we just jump in and do the song. However, on this song, we need to use a capo. And we don't have to use a capo, but I think for you guys it'll be easier. I think it's the right way to go for this track. But there's one compromise with using a capo, and I want you to listen to this bass line here. All right, now that bass line is thumping through the whole verse of the song, and we can't get the F sharp note if we use a capo, right? We can fake it pretty well, but that's the only real compromise of using a capo. So I'm gonna capo up, and I'll be right back. Okay. Now let's do this. Here we go. Let's take this from the top. All right, so these chords set the stage for a lot of the song. And the original key of this song is G sharp minor, but with the capo we're going to relate everything as if the nut was at the 4th fret, so we'll call this E minor, so to speak. So our first chord is an E minor 7, our second chord is an E, so very Nik, right, to move minor major like that. Hall and Oates like that trick too. That's another thing that you should look for in their music. And then the second chord is an E, third chord E minor 7, and then we have an A major, right? The high E you don't need to worry about, but you do want to get the C sharp in there, and then a C major 7, and then an F, and then back to E minor. Now the last E minor, you can do a couple of ways. You could just play it as a standard E minor, an E minor 7 like that, or E minor 7 like that. The last chord is slightly different. I would probably play it like that if I had to pick, but it doesn't really matter. So let's listen to that one more time. Okay, so after this drum fill, those chords are going to repeat, but that that bass line is going to start thumping, and it's the one I just showed you, the F sharp to G sharp. So what I figured out is that you can kind of keep that bass going without the F sharp and just really run it off a G sharp, which is what we're thinking of as a new E chord. So the thing that changes in this part is all of the chords that we just went through are going to have an E in the bass. So of course E minor, E major, but that A is going to become an A over E. The C major 7 is going to become a C major 7 over E, and the F is going to become an F over E. All right. So you could look at those as inversions, right? So with the A, that'd be the 5 in the bass. With the C major 7, it's the 3rd in the bass. And with the F, it's the 7th in the bass, right? And that's all that's going to happen that's different in the verse. So let's play through the verse. So you see what I'm kind of doing here is, you listen, there's no real guitar on this song. There's a little bit of guitar, but this is not a guitar song. So you got to find a way to make it doable onto the guitar. And I'll just play, I'll just play through those changes. So you can hear that we have that bass going, but again, it's not the right bass line because it's right. It's F sharp to G sharp in the song itself, which you can't really do on the guitar anyway. So that'll get you close. I think it sounds really cool. Actually, I'm actually quite shocked at how well I think the song has translated to especially acoustic guitar. But they say that's the hallmark of a great song, right? If you can play it on an acoustic guitar. So yeah, that's really it. So you want to, here you want to keep that right hand going. Kind of maybe move a little here. So that's it, guys. And it just kind of repeats on through. So let's just play a little bit more of this. A really busy song. There's a lot of horns. The horns are absolutely fantastic in this song. It's a really, really busy song, just not a busy guitar song. So I'm not going to include all these horn fills and stuff. We'll just ignore that. But what we are going to do now is do the chorus. So we have some interesting stuff in the chorus. We change keys to... well, on the record, you change keys to kind of like E major, but here we're going to call this C major because we're going to go to C for this part here. So let's C. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to say. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, let's call it C. Let's go. We have that awesome horn melody, one of my favorite all-time Kershaw melodies. This is actually one of my all-time favorite Nik songs. I absolutely love this song. But let's talk about those chords in the chorus. So we have a C. From here a C and hey. That's a D sus4. You go to a D and then back to the C. From here a C and hey. Fatality and fate. Alright, so it's real easy. What chord is that? Quick. It's an A, right? But because of the capo, it's an F, right? So all you have to do in your mind is just move everything down 4 steps. Okay, to figure out what the chords are equivalently here. 4 steps, 4 half steps, right? So if it's an A, 4 down is an F, right? So it's really C, D, and F. The D we'll look at as a secondary dominant, right? The 5 of G. So we'll just say that the D major is borrowed from the key of G major. So St. Peter's pearly gate on the run, the merciful release, well there are noises, and an everlasting peace is not a gun. You hear the last note. Right, it's an A. So I was tempted to maybe throw in an extra chord on the run part, but I don't think there's really any need for that. You can kind of hear the synth playing a C over D chord in there. Maybe it sounds like I'll give you an example what I mean. From heresy and hate, fatality and fate, St. Peter's pearly gate, on the run to merciful release. So that's a D chord there, right? So if you just take that part of it and put the C on top, you get this chord. Okay, a C over D. So you could go again. Right, and then the second time you wouldn't play that chord, you just stay on the A or the F, excuse me, at the end. So it's entirely up to you if you want to on the run part. Okay, so if we just listen to that again. I don't think I really hit it that well, but it sounds like that chord is in there. But if you're just fucking around, you can leave it out and just stay on that F chord, okay? So that's it, guys. Those are the only chord sequences in the whole song, okay? Or the two that I've just shown you. And, it's verse, chorus. It's actually verse, chorus, instrumental, chorus, verse, instrumental, chorus out. Okay, so after the chorus we have that awesome melody. So let's listen to that. All right, then it just repeats after that. So that is an absolutely fucking fantastic melody. And it's following the main chords, E minor, E, E minor, A, C major 7, F, E minor 7. So tab is all up there for you. There's no real point in going through this too much. It's real simple. So the first lick that we'll go through, it goes like this. Right, so we end on this 16th fret up here, which is G sharp, which is the key of the song. So we're doing a very nice job here of following the chords, so to speak, right? So I don't want to go through this, but if you follow those notes, you'll follow the chords. Okay, second lick. And on an F that time. Well, C sharp and relative to the capo. And then the final lick, you slide into that. On the guitar it's an F sharp, but in the song it's actually a D. Whoop. And then we end on a G sharp, which in this song, relative to the capo, is an E. And the song's in E minor, so there you go. So that last lick again. Really just fucking fantastic. So chord chart below for you to get all this stuff on tab up on the screen. And that, guys, is really it. it just repeats ad nauseum. Well, not ad nauseum, I shouldn't, that's pejorative, but it just repeats and repeats from there. So you've got everything you need to play this song. It's a good challenge. I think it's a lot of fun. I think you could even make this one an acoustic banger. So that's Running Scared, and I hope you really enjoyed it. This one was a real challenge, but I'm very happy with how it came out. So hope you like it too. Cheers.